Hey guys, right, so carrying on, you may have seen some others where I talked about food gonna happen, and I did a shop, and yeah, there's loads of things I've been saving up until when I was going to be able to actually talk about these things, which I'm doing now. So grapes, any kind of grapes. Yes, I went for the more expensive because it was on offer and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't matter. I use grapes as a drink. So fruit as a drink is something I noticed when I kind of thought, hang on a sec, aren't they mostly water? And I believe grapes something like 98% water. And so obviously you can buy bottles with them in. We know that it's been squashed out and you've got water there. But you see, the thing is, just as an interest in how food restores you, all of the nutrients in there. Well, actually, you want all the extra bits that come with it. They have lots of different names, I'm trying to remember some of them. But else, basically, you've got cell walls and things in there. Those contain most of the nutrients that you really want, the vitamin A, B, C, D, all the rest of it, okay? Because our bodies are based on very similar principles to everything else in life. They use the same basic functionality in the same way the phone I've got here. It's an iPhone, but it's very similar to the Samsung ones and all the other Android phones because a phone's a phone. We know that. A computer's a computer. They use similar components. We know there's silicon in it. Humans are the same. We use basic chemicals that live in the earth, and other microbes have turned it into stuff that gets bigger, and then other ones eat them and it carries on, and then you end up with a human. So I have this because it isn't just water. So it's funny because it is water, it's brilliant. You get loads out of it. They're also compact little things that you can just take as a little bite. You don't have to twist the lid off. But it's just food. It's just a different way of thinking about food. Because it's also something that, so I grew up a gamer. And so when my kids are playing on games, or they're, particularly my boy, who is now on doing Fortnite, and as you can imagine. But I know what it's like to sit there for ages. And the point being, you can use the situation in a good salesy way. But my way of selling is to give people something that I want. Because then if they don't want it, I want it. And that's the best way of making someone want something. They're like, oh, what have I missed? You missed some good stuff, boy. So if you put fruit near kids, what you find is that they love it. Put it in a bowl and stuff. Keep it tidy because they're messy, aren't they, as kids? But I will give them grapes, ton of grapes, other stuff. And yes, that costs a bit more. Fine. I grew up in that thing. We didn't have many grapes because it was expensive. I understand that. I don't blame you. But for me, this has so many great nutrients. And the thing is, he's changed his flavours, what he likes. That's fine, but I can give him raspberries, give him strawberries. You'll find they'll vary in the amount of water they've got, but they've got so many other nutrients. And over time, I'll introduce the benefits of each individual one because they're all really important. But this way, you can have loads at once. Loads of nutrients in balance in the way your body's used to having them. And all you're really doing is, again, having 1 year 5 a day. So I just put them in bowls next to the kids. And because they can't go anywhere else, essentially, I make sure they don't get dehydrated. I mean, it's as simple as that. Apples, whatever you want to give them, you know? And you still, of course, you give them a drink and all the other stuff, but it's just a way of really making mealtimes easier because with my kids, this is my way. I'll give them cucumbers for the same reason. And you think, well, that's not a fruit. No, it's water. It's mostly water, and it's just so simple. Everyone is happy with cucumber. It's just thinking about it outside the box and thinking, oh yeah, that's just food and fruit. Well, if my kids have already eaten all that, I don't always have to do it with dinner. I can have what I want for dinner. So my kids can have hamburgers, and I can just give them all the stuff you think is terrible. It's like, yeah, but they've already had fruits, veg, 5 today, or a bunch of them today. And they're used to it, and they're associated with fun times. So again, there's obviously loads more I could say, but the point was just, it's that simple. I find it that simple. So you might want to try things like that. But having fruit as a drink, I mean, I love grapes. So I'll buy them for that because it's like, well, cost of a can, cost of lots of other things. All of a sudden, it doesn't seem that expensive when we think of all the things we'll pay to be healthy, to get good nutrition, when I find it's just right in front of me. I've noticed that for myself all the time. So that's another idea. Tell me what you guys do. How do you make sure you get your 5 a day? I have now shared a bunch of different ways that I happily get my 5 a day. There's so many more. But really, I just eat food and eat food that I like. And I eat it in the way I like, when I like it, that kind of stuff. And I fit my own budget. If I can afford it, I have it. If I can't, I don't. But there are so many ways. So give me more ideas. You know, I like to eat better. I like better flavours, better taste. So suggest something I might like. That's awesome. But have a nice day either way. And I hope you have some good food today. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.